slowly, like it knew. The morning stayed quiet, too quiet to be kind. Every hour stretched wider, like it didn't want to pass me by. I watched the sun hesitate above empty streets. Even time felt tired of walking with me. I checked the clock again, nothing changed. The day felt longer without your voice, every moment heavier, every breath a choice. I thought time would carry me somewhere stronger, but the day just stayed, and it felt longer. Shadows didn't move much, like they were holding on. I replayed old conversations just to feel them gone. The sky stayed open, but nothing came through. Even daylight missed you too. I waited for relief, it didn't come. The day felt longer without your voice, every moment heavier, every breath a choice. I thought time would carry me somewhere stronger, but the day just stayed, and it felt longer. Maybe pain bends time, makes minutes ache. Maybe healing doesn't rush, it only waits. I didn't fall apart, I just stayed still, let the hours hurt until they were done. The day felt longer than it should have been, like the world slowed down so I could feel it. And I didn't move forward, I didn't wander, I just stayed inside a day that felt longer. The light finally moved, and so did I.
Somewhere between the past and now, I lost the pieces of us. I walk through memories like rooms I cannot enter. Every laugh, every glance feels distant, feels tender.
We promised forever, but time had its way. Now fade slowly every day. I try to hold them,
but they slip like sand. Forgotten moments buried deep in my mind, fading shadows of a love left behind. I reach for the warmth, but it's nowhere to find. Forgotten moments of a heart once entwined.
your words still linger like whispers in the night.
I replay the silence and the wrongs we tried to right. I wanted to keep you, but life pulled us apart. Now every memory feels heavier on my heart.
I chase the echoes, but they fade with
Time, forgotten moments buried deep in my mind, fading shadows of a love left behind. I reach for the warmth, but it's nowhere to find. Forgotten moments of a heart once entwined. Maybe some love,
It's meant to be brief,
a candle in the dark.
a sorrowful relief,
I'll keep what's left.
even if it's small.
Forgotten moments still mean it all. Forgotten moments buried deep in my mind, fading shadows of a love left behind. I reach for the warmth, but it's nowhere to find. Forgotten moments of a heart once entwined. Somewhere between the past and now, I lost the pieces of us. There's a line somewhere between you and me.
You touch my hand and suddenly the world slows down. Every heartbeat paints a color in the fading sound.
We're walking through a moment made of quiet gold.
A fragile truth we're both too scared to hold.
There's a glow between us, soft but undeniable, a spark we can't explain, a fire growing quiet, slow.
There's a glow between us, shining even in the dark. Two shadows pulling closer, guided by the heart.
We speak in whispers like the night could overhear, the kind of words you only say when someone's near.
You laugh and suddenly the sky begins to shine, like all the stars rewrote themselves to realign.
There's a glow between us, soft but undeniable, a spark we can't explain, a fire growing quiet, slow.
There's a glow between us, shining even in the dark. Two shadows pulling closer, guided by the heart.
Maybe this is something we've been running from too long.
But I feel the future trembling in the spaces we belong.
If I step a little nearer, would you meet me halfway through?
The glow between us brightens every time I look at you.
lights fading, heart still racing, chasing sleep through empty streets. I've been driving through the quiet hours, where the city feels like it's half asleep. Every stoplight blinking softly, like it's keeping secrets just for me. The night still carries all our echoes, things we said we didn't mean. But I keep hoping when I get there, you'll be waiting just to let me in. I'm trying to make it home before the sunrise, before the truth comes breaking in, before the sky starts turning gold and I lose what might have been. 'Cause I'm holding on to every word you said, like the last light in my chest. I'm trying to make it home before the sunrise, trying to make it back to us again. There's a song still playing softly, from the last time we felt okay. And I swear your voice is in the harmony, like the past won't fade away. I rehearse what I'll tell you, but the words keep falling through. 'Cause the hardest part of loving is not knowing what's still true. I'm trying to make it home before the sunrise, before the truth comes breaking in, before the sky starts turning gold and I lose what might have been. 'Cause I'm holding on to every word you said, like the last light in my chest. I'm trying to make it home before the sunrise, trying to make it back to us again. Trying to make it back to us again. Maybe the night can still forgive all the ways we came undone. Maybe if I reach your door, the story's not already done. And if you're waking up alone, don't think I ever walked away. I just needed time to find the courage to stay. I'm trying to make it home before the sunrise, before the truth comes breaking in, before the sky starts turning gold and I lose what might have been. 'Cause I'm holding on to every word you said, like the last light in my chest. I'm trying to make it home before the sunrise, trying to make it back to us again. If the light finds me on your doorstep, maybe that's enough to start again. The room's quiet now, I lost to far out. The room is quiet now, but your name still sounds loud. You closed the door so gently, like nothing ever broke. Said we'd both be better, but I was barely whole. Your shadow stayed behind me when your body walked away. I kept all the moments you didn't wanna say. You let go with your hands clean, I stayed holding the blame. I loved you after goodbye, after the tears ran dry, when you were already somewhere, learning how not to cry. I loved you in the silence, you left me living in. You stopped choosing us, but I never stopped choosing you again. Your words still live in echoes in corners of my mind. I replay every promise like I'm searching for a sign. You said love shouldn't hurt this much, so you walked out the pain. But I stayed inside the feeling, hoping you'd come back the same. You healed by letting go, I broke by staying true. I loved you after goodbye, when your heart had moved on. I was learning how to miss you while pretending I was strong. I loved you when it ended, when there was nothing to do. You found your way forward, I stayed loving you. Maybe love isn't forever, maybe it's just to stay. When the future disappears and you're trapped in yesterday. If loving you was losing, then I lost honestly, because even in the ending you were everything to me. I loved you after goodbye, when your name still felt like home. You were already forgetting, I was learning how to be alone. I loved you without answers, without a reason why. You left before the ending, I stayed after goodbye. The room is quiet now, but my heart still knows your sound. The clock keeps breathing, I stay awake. The street outside is silent, lights flicker on and off. I check my phone again, knowing nothing will unlock. Every minute feels heavier than the one before. I tell myself I'm fine, but I'm standing by the door. I said I'd stop waiting, but here I am, still waiting at midnight, like you might change your mind. Every sound feels like footsteps, every shadow looks like mine. I should let go of hope, but it's holding on tight. I'm still waiting at midnight for a sign. Your name stays on my screen, like it never learned to fade. I replay our last words, every promise we made. The world keeps moving, but my heart stands still. Some goodbyes don't end, they just quietly chill. I know you're not coming, but I stay, still waiting at midnight, like you might change your mind. Every sound feels like footsteps, every shadow looks like mine. I should let go of hope, but it's holding on tight. I'm still waiting at midnight for a sign. Maybe waiting is my way of saying I still care. Maybe love doesn't leave, it just learns to stare at the dark. still waiting at midnight, even though I know time doesn't rewind and hearts don't follow. I turn off the lights, but I don't sleep tonight, still waiting at midnight, one last time. The clock keeps breathing, and so do I.
We used to float together. Now I'm alone in the tide. Your voice was the wind that guided my sails. Now it's gone, and I'm chasing trails. We held on to moments, but they slipped away. Every smile we shared feels further each day. I reach for you, but the distance grows. Drift apart like leaves on the stream, floating away from our shared dream. I tried to hold you, but you were too far. Now I'm just drifting while you follow your star. I remember the laughter, the nights that we stayed, the warmth of your hand, the promises we made. Now shadows of memory fill the empty space. I see your reflection, but not your face. I call your name, and the echo fades. Drift apart like leaves on the street, floating away from our shared dream. I tried to hold you, but you were too far. Now I'm just drifting while you follow your star. Maybe love isn't meant to last forever. Maybe hearts wander no matter the tether. I'll keep what I had, even as it slips. Memories like water through my fingertips. Drift apart like leaves on the street, floating away from our shared dream. I tried to hold you, but you were too far. Now I'm just drifting while you follow your star. We used to float together. Now I'm alone in the tide.
tried so hard to make it stay. We had the feeling, we had the spark, but something faded in the dark. You said forever, like it was true, but forever felt heavier.
The closer we grew, we held the truth.
Love wasn't enough to keep us alive. We had all the feeling, but none of the time.
We wanted the same, but not in the same way.
Love wasn't enough,
so we slipped away.
we learned each other inside and out.
But knowing someone doesn't cancel doubt.
You wanted peace, I wanted more. We kept standing on opposite shores. We tried to fix it with broken parts. Love wasn't enough to hold the line. We kept losing ourselves, just trying to try. No one to blame, no one to hate. Love wasn't enough to make us stay.
Maybe love is just the start, not the thing that sees it through. Maybe hearts need more than fire to survive what we put them through.
I don't regret the way we failed, just the lie that it would last.
Sometimes love is real, but still can't outrun the past.
Love wasn't enough, and that's the truth. We did our best, but it still fell through.
I'll always believe we became, but love wasn't enough to make us the same.
We didn't fail,
We just found the end. Well, I learned your name in the quietest way. I didn't fall, I slowly leaned, like trust was something earned. Every word you didn't say was still a lesson learned. I carried hope in folded hands, afraid to hold it tight. I thought if I was gentle enough, it wouldn't leave my life. But silence doesn't bend for love, and time won't wait for fear. I was soft enough to break, trying hard not to feel. I thought being easy was safer than being real. I stayed quiet, stayed open, stayed out of the way. I was soft enough to break, and I broke anyway. You never asked me to disappear, I just learned how to fade. I made myself smaller, every promise you delayed. I read between your pauses, built stories from your tone. I was never really lonely, I just wasn't shown. I confused being patient with being unseen. I was soft enough to break, like glass behind a smile. I held my breath in moments that lasted way too long. A while I kept saying it's okay, like it changed the pain. I was soft enough to break, and nothing stayed the same. Maybe strength isn't loud or sharp, maybe it's knowing when to stand. Maybe love shouldn't feel like something slipping through your hands. I don't regret the way I cared, I just needed space to grow. Being soft was never wrong, I just didn't know. I was soft enough to break, but strong enough to heal. I stopped apologizing for everything I feel. Now I speak when it matters, I don't shrink to stay. I was soft enough to break, now I bend, not fade. I'm still gentle, just not gone. The room feels different now, like it's holding its breath. Your coffee cup is still right there by the edge of the sink. I keep walking past it like I don't feel a thing. The clock keeps moving, but I'm stuck in between all the words we never said and what this silence means. I look for you in habits that never left, where you used to be. There's a space in the air I reach without thinking, but you're not there. Every memory stays, but you don't return. Where you used to be is where it still hurts. Your jacket hangs by the door, like you're coming back home. Every shadow whispers that I'm not alone, but the night tells the truth. When the lights fade away, you're only a feeling that refuses to stay. I learned that absence can be loud. Where you used to be, there's a space in the air I reach without thinking, but you're not there. Every memory stays, but you don't return. Where you used to be is where it still hurts. Maybe time will soften this, or maybe it won't. Some loves don't fade, they just learn to stay quiet. I don't miss who you are now, I miss who you were in the places you left behind. Where you Nothing moved, but I did. We didn't speak. The silence stood between us, like he knew the words would only make it worse. I watched your eyes look past me into nothing, and I learned how absence still can hurt. I could have left, but I remained. We didn't speak, but I stayed, held the moment while it frayed. I knew the end before it came. We didn't speak, but I stayed. The room felt small, though we were far apart. Every breath was careful not to break your heart. I traced the lines where love used to be loud. Now even hope wasn't allowed. I let the quiet decide. We didn't speak, but I stayed, held the moment while it frayed. I knew the end before it came. We didn't speak, but I stayed. Some goodbyes don't need a sound. They settle softly, then stick around. I didn't fight, I didn't run. I stayed until it was done. We didn't speak, but I stayed, loved you quietly, unafraid. Even when you looked away, we didn't speak, but I stayed. Nothing moved until I left. Midnight breathing through the glass. The city hums between us. We're standing in a crowded room, but somehow it's just me and you. Your eyes reflect the flashing signs, like secrets written in the sky. We talk in half-forgotten lines, laugh like we're not running out of time. Your shadow dances on the wall, close enough to feel it all. There's neon between us, lighting up what we won't say. Every color pulls me closer, then pushes me away. I feel your heartbeat through the noise, lost in everything we were. We're glowing, but we're fading. This moment doesn't matter tonight. Your smile breaks in electric blue, like it knows what we're about to lose. The louder that the city gets, the harder it is to forget. There's neon between us, lighting up what we won't say. Every color pulls me closer, then pushes me away. I feel your heartbeat through the noise, lost in everything we were. We're glowing but we're fading, with neon between us. If this is all we're gonna be, a flicker in the memory, and stay right here a little longer before the night decides for me. There's neon between us, like a sign we can't ignore. Every flash is a reminder of what we're afraid to want more. If love is just a moment, let this moment never rust. Even when the lights go out, there'll still be neon between us. When the city falls asleep, I'll still feel you in the neon between us.